Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm a visual arts and woodworking teacher for the Elliott School for Fine and Applied Arts. Today I'm going to run you through how I'm choosing to decorate my Easter eggs this year. Given our current circumstances, we don't necessarily have access to a ton of materials, so I'm using the stuff that I have currently in my house. So I know a lot of people would go out shopping, they would purchase plain white eggs, so they could hard boil them and decorate them. The white will take on color really nicely. The brown eggs are just as wonderful for decorating, and we could do a lot of different things with them. So, given that I had the brown eggs, I was looking at my egg and kind of figuring out what could I turn this brown egg into. And inspiration struck, and I decided that my brown egg is going to turn into a little lamb. So the materials that we need in addition to our egg are going to be fine liner markers. I like using the fine liner markers because they're water resistant and I can get some nice details in. If you don't have fine liners, you can use a colored pencil, or even if you have some little ones, you can have crayon. I'm sure they'd like to get a lot of details into the face. The other thing I'm going to be using is some plain white glue. And as you see, I have a bottle cap here. I also have a bottle cap holding my egg in place. I'm going to be pouring the glue into the bottle cap. It helps keep the mess a little bit more contained and off of our hands. And so since that is in the bottle cap, I'm going to be applying the glue with a paintbrush. The last material that I'm going to use is some nice white fluffy cotton balls. I'm sure a lot of us have them in our medicine cabinets and whatnot for a variety of reasons. So we're going to jump right in. So I've got my Easter egg in my bottle cap. I'm going to have the tip facing up, and I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to dip it into my white glue. I'm taking the glue and I'm going to apply it just around the outside edge. As you see, I am not getting it into where I want its face to be. I'm putting a pretty liberal layer on. And the nice thing about using white glue, you could use hot glue, you could use Mod Podge, whatever materials you have at your house. If you do end up getting it on your table or hands, it is nice and easy to wash off with some warm water. So I've got my first layer on there. Hopefully you're able to see. I'm going to put my paintbrush onto my bottle cap, and I'm going to reach over and get my first pieces of cotton. And we want to apply them. I like to leave them intact. We want to apply them liberally all around the outside edge so that they are able to squish down and make our sheep or lamb look super fluffy and soft. So we've got our first layer just about done. I can usually get one of these done in about 3 applications. So we've got our first layer done, already looking super soft. And so now we're going to take it and we're going to put its face into the bottle cap, and we're going to add some more glue above that layer of, we got a little extra fluff and hair here, above that layer of cotton balls that we just applied. So again, pretty liberal with our application, like being able to see everywhere that that glue is going. If we put enough on, the cotton ball is going to absorb some of it and stick really nicely to that egg. One of the things I've been thinking about, but I'm not necessarily going to test, is by adding all of these cotton balls, does that mean that I'm going to have a harder time cracking the egg? Or what if I accidentally drop it on the floor? That's not an experiment I want to have at this moment in time, but it is something that my brain has been thinking about. So while we're putting these cotton balls on our second layer, what are some of the other animals that we could turn a plain brown egg into if we don't have any coloring? Another idea that I had was maybe taking some construction paper, or if you don't even have construction paper, we're adding our last layer of glue. We're going to go all over it. What if we took some brown construction paper or a toilet paper tube and we cut long triangles and applied it all the way around? Any guesses what type of animal that would be? I would turn that into a hedgehog or a porcupine. So it would basically like leave its little face open like we're doing for the lamb and glue the flat end, the biggest end of that triangle down, and let those other pieces kind of curl out to be little cute spikes. So we're still adding our last pieces. I'm trying to remember to keep this in front of the camera for you all. So we're putting those last little bits on. We want to make sure every little bit of that egg is covered. And want to make sure that it is held in place nicely. So as you see, I still have it in the bottle cap, and I'm just kind of cupping my hands around, making sure all of those awesome cotton balls are super stuck on there. And it's looking really cool. Looks like something you may want to, lay your head and take a nap on. So our final step is to turn this back around, and we're going to add those details in. So I have a pack of rainbow colors, including my black, and I've pulled out my black fine liner and my pink fine liner. That's how I'm choosing to add my details. So we're going to go right in the middle, and honestly, I can't think of what a sheep's face looks like. So this is actually my second take of the video. My first take was interrupted by one of my cats deciding to jump on my shoulders. So I'm going to kind of draw what could be like a cat face. We've got a little triangle for the nose and filling that all in. And then we're going to come out with a J shape and a reverse J so it has a cute little smile. I'm going to turn this around because doing the eyes is a little difficult, but I am going to draw some eyes on. One of the things that I like is you can do so many different expressions just with basic lines. So I have my eyes, and it looks like it's a smiling little sheep because it's got its eyes closed and it's got those big J's. But we can then go in and add a little eyeball. And for some reason with the lamb, I want to add some long eyelashes in. It just kind of adds a little extra. And I'm going to reveal this to you in a moment. So another creation that we can do using materials that we have in the house, especially if you don't have any dye, one of the things that I had thought of, a food that I really don't like, but I don't like the taste of, but I like visually, is pineapples. So again, taking green construction paper, or if you have toilet paper or paper towel tubes, then you are cutting those long triangles again, and you can glue it on top and make it look really festive and joyful. So I have this little face drawn in, and then I'm going to go back in with my pink. I want to add some nice rosy cheeks because it's springtime and we want a little bit of cheer and color in there. So I'm just going to do two cute pink little circles to make it look like, our little lamb is blushing a bit. And there we have it. We have our little Easter lamb all decorated for spring. Happy Easter, everybody. Be safe.